Little one is being a bit shy. Obviously staying on the other side of mum, but let's hope. Oh, look at that. Tiny, tiny baby. That is something very special to see. Probably weighs about 50 kilograms at this stage, less than the warthog we saw earlier today. Look at that. Closer we can get, huh? Let's try. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Now this little guy, like all other baby animals, is still busy discovering its world. Like adult rhino, it's got very good hearing already, good smell, good sense of smell. But the eyesight's not that great. It's probably only come across a few vehicles only in the last few weeks of its life. This is a very special sighting, very, very special. We've got that in combi with the tiny Mampinkon at 3 hours down. How did you get it? Yeah, that's Herman, that just put a mice. Oh, I don't know, I'm looking at an infrared light mainly. Say around a month, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, it's like a warthog. Spotlight movements. Oh, guys, I've only once ever seen a calf smaller than this, and I must say with a closer look now I might even guess less than a month. Maybe 2 to 4 weeks. Very young still. Just 2 questions. That's amazing. Question from Valerie. Just asking how vulnerable this little calf would be to predators. Now, it would actually be quite vulnerable. That size, like I said, it's about the size of a warthog. That means even a leopard, really, if it got the opportunity, would be able to take this quite easily. Actually, a big male leopard would be able to catch that youngster. Oh, let's so relax with us as well. Look at the behavior. It's looking around, sniffing the dust. It's probably only been in a waterhole a few times in its life. So yeah, they certainly would be potentially vulnerable to predators. Simon, sorry, and I forgot the crux of the question of Lily's question. Just ask again, please. First of all, thank you for all the questions. It's always nice to see people obviously enjoying this. This is a very, very special sighting. As I was saying, that I've only once ever seen a calf smaller than that. That was a few days old. Lily's question was just about the speaking sound. Now, rhinos don't make a lot of noise. They do a bit of a sort of a snorting sound. I'm not going to mimic it now, just because we don't want to disturb them. But they make this sound. It sounds a lot like dolphins, actually, like. Female even listening there. And Lily was just wondering whether that sound is produced by the baby or the adult. I presume you've heard that before on Game Drive. It's not a sound you even hear often on documentaries, just because it's difficult to record. It's only occasionally that you get to hear that. And it's actually a sound that adults can produce as well. But you find it most often with youngsters and mothers, almost like when the young one needs a little bit of attention or a little bit of comforting from mum. And then just Camilla asking roughly the weight. It's quite a big female. I'd say she's probably about 1.5, 1.7 tons, 1.8 tons maybe. That's about 3,500, 3,800 pounds. That little one, as I said earlier, I would guess it to be about 50 kilograms. It's about 110 pounds. It's still very small. You can see it's got hardly a bump on the nose yet. About the size of mum's foot.